Yeah, I know, this is so boring. But, gotta be done. Besides, I like gardening. It's so kind of satisfying, you know? Yeah, I got all of them. Okay. Okay. Let's go check my island. Okay. And now let's get the dailies out of the way. Let's go. Yeah, the best ways. Wrong side. Oh, we got a new follower, Cover Girl. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. So I hope everyone had a good Easter. And got to spend some time with my family. Dad cooked ribs out on the grill. They were good. I got some leftovers. I'm gonna have those for supper tonight. They're gonna hop until they drop. I also had an interview today, and I think it went okay. I mean, I hope I get shortlisted to go into the next round. But I'm going to continue to apply for jobs. Going up there because these are both turn them into him, so I can at least do it where the music is awesome. Turn everything in. Okay, so In a few more days. Alright, now let's go back to Shirogane. I need to harvest these or else one of our FC members will get crazy. Let's see. Curry bean seeds up. Yeah, let's see. Alright. Let's log out. over here. So yeah, I streamed some yesterday, and we're going to just keep going. Okay, so we're going to go to Eorzea. Yeah, see, I did a dungeon and a couple of class quests, and I'm gonna go over some stuff when I go to pick up the next class quest. Explain a few things that I didn't explain yesterday because my throat was bothering me, and my sinuses are still draining, so I'm like coughing and all a lot, and breathing kind of funny because, well, you know, it's spring for the next few weeks, and then it'll be summer. It'll just be like, oh my god, it's so hot. I might start doing some more silent streams, like later in the evenings and all. It's just gonna kind of depend on how I feel. I won't be doing them on Mondays and Thursdays though, because on those days I am moderating Bill Little's live stream, and I kind of got to pay attention. Some new shoes. Alright, so one thing you'll notice now is that I've got this little doohickey here. That's because when you get to level 30 with any class, you go into the specialty class for it. So for Conjurer, that's White Mage. And you get this Job Stone, and that allows you access to the White Mage abilities. If I were to take it off, I wouldn't be able to cast some of these spells because they're White Mage spells. Yeah. Start at level 1, and you might not have the stone for it, so you can't use that to change. So you would use the weapon. And when I pick up another class, I'll show you how that works. But for now, we're going to just stay with White Mage. This is Connie Center's sister. Okay, see, from this I'm going to learn Cure 3. I owe you an apology. When last we spoke, I promised I would find a way to convince my brother to accept you, but I fear he intently refuses to heed my words. Why, the more I try to reason with him, the more he shuts his ears to me. All pride and no common sense, that one. I can scarce believe we are kin. So intent is he to prove that you are unneeded that he dashed out into the forest all alone, boasting that he would placate every last elemental and save the forest all by himself. Needless to say, such a task is far beyond his powers for him. Would you go and look after him? Seed seer and know he is in many ways still a child, and the forest grows ever more unsafe these days. I thought to go myself, but if you were to save my brother from his own recklessness, perhaps he might finally see how fatuous he has been. When last I spoke with him, he announced his intentions to begin his efforts in the bramble patch. With any luck, you may still find him there. Now please go in haste before some ill fate befalls him. Okay. So, bramble patches. Up this way. And here we go. And he's here. Alright. Gotta talk to him. If it isn't my sister's favorite adventure, come to show me up, have you? Well, you can march right back and tell sister that I'm doing a run-of-the-mill adventurer like you do about it. Dude, watch and learn. You gonna learn today. You gonna learn. Talk to the tree. I'm going to become one with nature. Oh, look at that. The tree's all happy. Beginner's luck. If you think healing a sapling or two is going to convince me that you are a worthy inheritor of the teaching of Master Atowa. Sister, what are you doing here? She gonna smack you around. That's what sisters do. Seeing to my pig-headed brother's safety, what do you think I'm doing? For better or for worse, it would appear that you suffer only from bruises to your leg and your pride. No, you are wise beyond your years. You realize that, as well as I, the dire fate that would befall Gridania if we do not quell the Great One's fury and restore peace to the wood. The adventure is not Pajali, that is true. But what of it? Would you blindly trumpet tradition as the very forest turns against us and brings ruin to our home? We have a greater calling to answer. You know this. I do, sister. Important task of all still awaits us. Let us return to Camp Tranquil. Yeah, that's what big sisters do. We smack around our little brothers. Entirely unfounded. When we first met, I promised that one day I would share with you the tale of how white magic came to be regarded as a forbidden art. Well, I suppose this is a good day as any for the telling. The tale begins some 3 millennia ago in the fifth astral era. It was a time of endless frost, when a barren wasteland of snow and rime stretched as far as the eye could see. Food was scarce and warmth scarcer. The histories told hold many a grim tale of those who died in their beds, starving and benumbed. So did our ancestors discover magic, born out of the most fundamental instinct, survival. In time, the winter thawed, and magic was no longer essential for survival. But once awakened to its conveniences, there was no returning to how things once were. Ere long, the people discovered all the myriad ways in which magic could be employed, and civilization flourished. But prosperity breeds contempt, and nations warred for power and riches. So did the people seek greater and greater power, to rain down destruction upon their enemies. At the same time, another form of magic emerged, brought forth by those who would keep this immense destructive power in check. War raged on, and magic was used and abused with little concern for the consequences. And consequences there were. Unchecked use of magic soon dried the flow of ether, threatening to bring blight to the land. The magic of healing? It made little difference. If used with no concern for the ether, our magic could prove as ruinous to the land as the most devastating black magic spell. And so it was that the practicing of white magic was forbidden, with one exception. The Pajal. Our kind were entrusted as sole shepherds of the now forbidden art, to serve as healers and bringers of peace, while ensuring that this great was the profound sense of responsibility as strongly as any of us. Thus his hesitance to accept you. But having seen your abilities and the sincerity of your intentions, you can rest assured his doubts have been performed. The quieting draws near. To our fortune, the Great One has not yet been entirely consumed by fury, but our time remains short. To commune with the Great One and restore it is to this end that Atoa Kant has guided you to us. Further your mastery of our art, and let us mend the wounds of the wood together. Alright. 900. Alright, I can extract some materia. Alright, and let's see. Chocobo fell. Oh no! Alright, so now back to East Shroud we go to pick up the next quest. Alright, let's see. Go back over. I might as well do this. Yeah, a lot of the lower level zones have these lev meets. And you just do a stupid little quest for them, pull some jobs. Especially once you've kind of like done the entire MSQ. So you just will come down here and you'll open up your map. You'll select that one and you hit, and what I've got to do is I've got to escort this thing to here. So I'm going that way anyway, that's fine. But I need to protect it from the other mobs that are part of this. And they have that card over them to indicate that they're part of this quest. Alright, now let's see. Social emotes. I'll just stick you right there. Because I have to use that emote to signal the self to follow me. Can't get too far ahead. So it's like you take a few steps and then they'll move towards you. And you have to keep the thing targeted. Okay, yeah, see, like that has aggroed on it, so. Alright, let's move here. away from the sylphs, though. We are almost there. Yeah. Target. Second. I mean, you have to be exactly done. Let's see. Here. That's done. I'm gonna just leave it alone. Alright, come up here. Talk to Eorzea. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches the Elder One. See, I rescued her Sunday. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the Walking Ones who aided in a service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial Ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial Ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial Ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black. Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you of emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the word of the Elder Seed Seer. Plainly put, yes, your people summoned the Lord of Leven but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. And so they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one knows well and respects Horned One Connie. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Remua to protect the wood from Imperial Ones. This one cancelled against doing so. It was not ones. These ones want so desperately to turn Touch Ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched Ones, meanwhile, want to turn these ones into Touched Ones, and did know how. So this one fled to little solace with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Remua. But Walking Ones of Gridania need not fear Touched Ones or Lord Remua. Unlike other primals, Lord Remua is not callous and cruel. So long as Walking Ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland where Touched Ones reside, Walking Ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. These ones desire peace with Walking Ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of sylphs, Remu's influences made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers. But what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Remua. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Remua to rest. That sylph's elder is very reasonable, I must say. You can learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair. I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Memphilia all about it. Fear not, we will be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. Please wait. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Remua, these ones were gifted with the crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these one's trust. Oh, she gonna give me a crystal, y'all. I got a crystal. I got a crystal. I got a crystal. Hey, 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 hey. I got a crystal. I got a crystal. I got a crystal. Hey. And I have 3 of them. I got 3 crystals. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal. This one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal... Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch touched ones. So long as touched ones are not troubled, touched ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses touched ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to the Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. Jesus, they talk funny. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down as safe places to look out for touched ones. Come up here. Are the touched ones. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. Alright. Now we go back to Gridania. A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel service. It will not be forgotten. Alright, so let's see. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end process. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Hello? Can you hear me? It is I, Memphilia. Yida and Papalima returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with tales of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet, in the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. Alright. So, let's see. Where are they? They're in here. Make up some tea in a little bit. Alright. I can be so stupid sometimes. Yeah, I was gonna kind of do that and skip talking to you. I am given to understand that the matter of Remua has finally been resolved. I fear resolve bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. There are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. Oh, you haven't, nor have I, alas. Eorzea has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldessian report will serve you well. Disgust? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. He gets the stupid knocked out of him. He's like 16 years old. It is good to see you again. I have been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. The Lord of the World has not answered his minions' call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Ystala says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend upon it. Indeed. So, then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with Gridania. Wait, I mean Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania. Yeah, that's what I meant. So many malms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not have waited long for a more practicable solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? Twinatter will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs under the sage guidance of the Seedseers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else? Beg pardon. A man named Mahabrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Asians took great pains to remain hidden. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this Mahabrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. At long last, this one finds walking one. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Y'all about the same height. Pleasure to meet you, Eorzea. He's tired. He needs a nap. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite. Its presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Okay. I'll be right back. move the little floor guard around a bit. Okay, let's see. I'm just checking something. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary, Talorna. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as Eorzea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little things are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Green Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unstoic nod. Alright, let's see. Teleport. Ul'dah. The masked man? Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanalan. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kirkin. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going. Some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt. So, there we go. Here. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? Not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? Oh my gosh. Alright. Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the nigh-endless Beastman raid, folk are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Wine won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need a business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd browse my wares, spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant? What I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. That is a good idea. I think I will do that. Multiloquent merchant. I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere around Thanalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. Dude. You probably, like, wouldn't notice if a brick fell on you. Impassive merchant. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Karakin raids. None but the most devout pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Alright. So, we learned nothing. Judging by your expression, I think you didn't learn much of use. No kidding. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Karakin raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like... I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. It appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It'll be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So, what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. So here we go. We're gonna get on the chocobo. We're gonna come up here. And we're gonna come up here. Alright. So I got a ward of the destroyer. Now, wind. Back so soon, were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? This scroll, it bears a prayer to Ralgard, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralgard is the... I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Alamegan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Hybrid? The Alamegan bandit you had a... Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for her who has relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Eorzea, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped that you would linger here a while, cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Oh, you are nice. Alright, so, one thing I did yesterday. Okay. Why, yes, Baru is my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Here may have seen something. I would recommend that you first speak with Gundabald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer to the whim of every outsider. You're not welcome here. Begone. So, the quest moves, and we must follow it. I want to pick up my reward for that earlier. Lev. I am not even going to try to pronounce his name. Well met, adventurer. I'm just Barrett. I heard tell that you had some business with Gundabald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardship, but thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. If I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thanlin tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to... Gee, thanks, dude. You just told me that your dudes are amenable to bribes of a liquid nature. I wonder how much info I could get out of them if I gave them whiskey. Like, here, be my soul for thou. Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Hiding among the refugees like it's not. Me can pay their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. Well, gee, aren't you a sweet up? Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up after this quest. You there, are you an Amalja? No, then carry on, Thanlin. I'm going to enjoy this. What, a masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. Okay, come on, gotta jump. Shoo, shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. Some tea. For me, you shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious masked man. As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out what... Okay. just wrap it up here. Ah, you're back. So do my lookouts have aught to share with you? Doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, it seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you need to win their trust. I'm going to stop it here, and I will be back tomorrow. I might try starting a little earlier so that we can stream for longer, because it seems that it's about 5:30 when peak time starts and I start losing frames. Can't promise I'll be starting early all the time. I mean, we're just gonna have to see. Anyway, so I will see y'all tomorrow. Gonna have to see. Anyway, so I will see y'all tomorrow.